Hi everyone. I got this job early this year, but there are two things I don't like much about it. First, the surface is exposed, so this guy gets things dirty. And second, where can you store this compound? They are pretty much used as a set, but there is no perfect case to store both of them together. I kind of had an idea about the case, but it's not available as far as I can see online. So, I made it. This one solves two problems, plus it gives me super quick access to use. Let's see how I made it. Okay, I know some people are tired of watching this prep process, but I always include this process because I want to tell my fellow beginners that you can start woodworking without machines like a table saw, a jointer, or a planer. Of course, it's difficult to get accuracy with hand tools from the beginning, but I assume machines also require your experience and skill to get accuracy too. Anyways, these aren't perfect, but it's enough for this project. Now I cut out the middle part of the balls. In the morning, I was still working on the plan and the design, so I started a little late this day. It's already after lunchtime, which means the outside is hell. It was only a little over 90 degrees, but the direct sun is nothing but painful, so I'm kind of rushing to finish. Here, I made two ends flat by a chisel, so I can clean the middle part by hand plane. Just to prevent the wood from tearing out by hand plane across the grain, I did it towards the inside from both edges. Then I cleaned the side walls by a chisel. I know some saw cuts were too deep, but oh well. Moving on to cutting the side pieces. As this will be just glued to the case body, I just smoothed out the surface, but I didn't dimension the width and length. They are just big enough. Then I glued it to the body, but there are no tenons and no more ties, so it was kind of hard to position it right. Are there any tips so I can glue pieces at good position? Anyways, the next morning, I trimmed the excess parts. I actually see questions like how do you trim these excess parts in the beginner woodworking sub on Reddit. And majority of people answer like, you can use a router with a nice flush trim bit to avoid tearing. But yeah, I think the easiest option is a hand plane. You don't need a solid table or a clamp to secure it, but it's easy to achieve a good flush surface. After this, I put magnets and the positioning pin that I'll explain at the end, and put some oil, and it was done for the day. Now I make an actual strop. This is a cheap 2mm veggie tanned leather, and I put it on a maple board with double-sided tape. This double-sided tape for fabric from Daiso is very thin and surprisingly strong. Then I did the final trimming of the leather by a wide wood chisel and sand it. Here's the final product. It's a similar color combination from the last project, so I'm not much excited by the look, but it's very functional. The magnet is strong enough to hold the weight of the case and strap. Of course, I can keep everything together including the compound, so I don't need a ziplock anymore. Here I put the positioning pin that goes into the hole, and because the strap board is slightly raised, the cover can be aligned nicely. The strop board is also removable, and there's enough leeway for height. So if I want to put suede or whatever the stropping material on the other side, I can easily add it. And lastly, what I'm most excited about this is, I can use the strap right away because the strap is slightly raised. I finally got the one I wanted, and that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I would be happy if you liked the video and happier if you subscribe to this channel. If you have any suggestion to my video, it's also welcome. See you!